got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Piece of Chaos. This week, my guest is Jenna Brister. She is a comedian, writer, actress. She's just a really cool person. We have a great chat across a whole bunch of topics. I mean, we were fired up for some reason, I think just because we hadn't caught up in a while. She was on the podcast last December, so about a year ago. So, yeah, Jenna's super fun. We had a great conversation. We were all over the place, though. We really didn't finish any topic, unfortunately. So I think hopefully we'll have a part two, and maybe we'll dig into some of these topics a little more further. But, you know, who am I kidding? Probably not. Jenna's awesome. She'll be back on, you know, as long as the podcast runs. She's awesome. She's a good friend of mine. And she's super fun. Check her out. Oh yeah, she also writes Lifetime movies. She's had a couple of those made, which is hilarious once you hear her talk. So anyway, enjoy my talk with Jenna Brister.
The usual benchmarks for stuff don't exist anymore, right?
Right.
Where it's like, oh, like if someone's like, "What did you do last May?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, what's May? What does that mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. I think your show was the last one I did before the pandemic, right? Wasn't that like one of those last ones?
It was like March 9th or 10th.
Yeah. I remember that was the last, and that was it.
Have you been out since?
A little bit. I just started.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you know, new material galore about how weird it's been. But have you been out there performing?
No. No, I haven't. And I don't feel comfortable producing yet either. I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Am I still a comic? I don't know.
I know what you mean because it's I stopped leaving my house after dark. Yeah. And my pets loved it. I loved being like, oh, I don't have to, you know, get dressed up and go anywhere and be on. So I'm very used to not going out. Like I didn't miss it actually for the first year and a half. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is a great break. But it is weird going back. Yeah. If you know what to do. Yeah, it's weird. Seeing faces. That was the weirdest thing. Because the first show I did, it was masked off, thank goodness. Because you have to be able to see them smiling and being like, ha ha. So
yeah.
That was a respect.
Where did you do clubs or like shows, outdoor shows or something?
I've done mixed. Okay. Some outdoor shows at a golf course and then West Side in Santa Monica.
Okay. Yeah, I love West Side.
Yeah, it's a great club. It's so cool.
I'm like measuring risk reward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's bizarre, you know, like I think about like, I don't know. It's like a decade of work, and to just stop is like, I mean, I was not pursuing it like many of our friends. Like I'm fortunate or not to have another means of supporting myself. So I didn't have to do it, I guess, which made it all the more part of what I loved about it. In a weird way, the stakes are different, but I chose to do it, which is kind of like the privilege of like, well, I'm not choosing to add this risk right now. It doesn't seem as, but I don't know, man, because now everything's kind of just out there, open, kind of. Nobody's paying attention. Have you been to other states? Like,
oh gosh,
California's
I haven't been
mayhem.
to Florida yet, but I went to Washington.
Okay,
and they're pretty, you know, I guess maybe similar to here.
Yeah,
with masks and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's similar to LA.
Yeah,
but how about you? Have you traveled?
Well, in July we went back east when it seemed like the pandemic was like over.
Yes.
For a minute there. It was literally like a 3-week period. And during that time, we went back east, and I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God, there's nobody with masks anywhere. Like, it's just, and I was like, well, all right. And, you know, we got through that. I don't know, this latest variant kind of makes me think, come on. Like,
Yeah.
how many times are we going to do this? And not because for any like money means or anything like that, I don't think, but just like, this is going to be what it is. Like, who cares what it's called? Like, what can we do at this point? Like, we thought it was isolated to one country. Turns out it's not. So shut down air travel. Okay. Like, we really have to shut down all the air travel everywhere for like a month, like the whole planet,
and normalize it.
That's the only way we can stop it at this point. And nobody's going to do that. Right. So I don't know. You just got to figure out we're never going back, I think, is the way I've been thinking about it now. Is like, there's not going to be that return. Like, we just have to move forward with it.
Yeah.
You know,
and like keep the things that work. You know, like I'm loving that they're cleaning everything in public now. Like that was such a thing. We're like, oh, we're gonna start hosing down the conveyor belts at the grocery store. I'm like, finally, guys, let's do these public space cleanings. Hand sanitizer everywhere. Love it.
Yeah.
I still like the social distance thing. You know, like in public, everyone's kind of more like aware of people's personal bubbles. I'm like, I'm in that.
Yeah.
But
it's bizarre, man. I didn't think we'd still have to be talking about this long.
I know. I wish I had saved up to get like, I don't know, plastic surgery or something. You know what I mean? Like, this is the time if you're going to like change your look or get your teeth all knocked out and redone, like now's the time. But I think you're right. There's no going back. Or there's not, to the old world.
Can you write about it anymore without it? Like that's kind of where, like, I'm like, I think this is just part of our culture now.
The zeitgeist. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
because I don't know. I mean, a year ago, something we were working on, like, I'm like, it's like, it has to be rewritten. Like, we were assuming we'd go back to this world that existed that we wrote about. I don't know that you can if you're writing like things that are taking place in the world we're in. Exactly, with events. Like I wrote, I haven't seen you because I think I was on an episode of your pod, I think before my latest Hallmark movie shot, which is shot in Georgia because they were one of the first ones to open up filming. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah. And how they cast an actual couple as the leads. Right. Yeah. Try to help with the quarantine. Yep. And some of the only negative reviews of it, hilarious, were like the leads had no chemistry. And I was like, they're dating in real life. That's so messed up. But like watching it because it's a wine country wedding movie. And so, but they only had, 12 actors. So it's supposed to be like a huge, like the biggest set piece of the whole thing. And it's just 12 people spaced out. And I was like, oh, this would have been better shot after COVID. But you're right. When is that? Never. I don't know. When are we going to... Like, so much care is taken on movies and stuff to quarantine people and make sure everybody's okay to take their masks off to do their work, right? But then you go out in the world, at least in California, and everybody's got, like, that's not what the world looks like right now. Like, I dropped my daughter off at school, and it's a high school full of kids wearing masks. Like, I hate it. Like, I literally am like, I don't want to be in this world like this. This sucks. Like, it's weird. It's glad to be back in school, at least physically. Yeah. I mean, that part I think had to be done. And we now know that basically it's mostly okay if you're masked for the most part. Like I think on average they're having we get like 3 or 4 notices a week of positive tests, but that's, I feel like sadly, I think that hopefully the worst part of this disease has ripped through the vulnerable now. And that's our only chance of somewhat coming out of it is like, all right, everybody has immunity-ish because you either got it or you got vaccinated, right? So we're just going to roll with that. But I hope someday we think about it like the flu. Like, I was never afraid of the flu. Either. You just get it and you survive it. Like, it sucks. Yeah. But I used to joke, like I like a good flu every once in a while, catch up on TV, drop a few pounds,
I totally agree. That's the only time I could ever binge shows. Like I watched Lost, Breaking Bad because I had a terrible flu. Yeah. Like my abs have never been tighter with a stomach flu. It's like, it's not the worst thing, but it is. Yeah. It is so interesting because you're right, headed into even like winter now, which of course in California, that's not real. It's so hot out today, right?
Yeah.
Like I almost went in the pool.
Fire season. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was last winter, right? Or 2 winters ago when it was like really bad?
2 Novembers ago was real bad. Yeah.
That was the monster one.
The Woolsey fire, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, which when those are bad, it actually gives you a break for a couple years because like there's nothing left to burn. We had a really bad one up here in 2014, and I was like, oh well, we're good for another couple years till this grows back. Because it's just. But I mean, and apparently that's how the Indians that lived here used to manage it. Is they would set the fires in the spring and burn it all out so that it didn't catch fire when it was hot and windy. And they do it in like a pack. And it's like, well, that's so smart. Why don't we do that anymore?
I grew up in Seattle where there's a lot of, Native American cultures are, and there's still reservations and stuff. And I loved learning the history about how the tribes just did stuff on the land. Like they had it all figured out. Yeah. Like,
yeah, we're real dumb.
Yeah, totally. I know. I think my mom was like, "Oh, I traced our lineage back to the Mayflower." I was like, "Shut up! Don't tell anyone that." Wait, what's your ethnic heritage? Like, what's your background?
This is actually fun. So I'm Italian and Irish.
Okay.
And most of my life, I thought I was like 3/4 Italian and 1/4 Irish, and like got my name from the Irish side of the family, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why I believed this. For some reason, I thought my dad's mom was like Italian, but I don't know. I just convinced myself of it. Like no evidence. I was just like, because we leaned towards the Italian heritage, right?
With food and celebrations.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know why I just thought that for some reason. And I said it to my uncle like a couple years ago. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I'm not going to give out my grandmother's name, but like he said these names, right? And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, it's 100% Irish on this side, buddy.
Flanagan. Yeah. You're like,
so I'm like, all right, well, I'm 50-50, I guess. And I never realized it. But yeah, I mean, it's so bizarre to look back at those. Do you know like your back history and your ancestry? And did you ever dig into all that kind of stuff, the stories?
A little bit more. My uncle was super into it. And so I'm mostly Welsh and English.
Okay.
And we trace back to, there's still castles in Wales that my family, that's like our lineage is from them, which is really cool. So we got some binder, that one of my relatives went through, and it's cool to look through, you know, but I was like, also, where's my castle timeshare pass? Like,
I know, right?
Let's do this thing.
So many bad transactions along the way to make you no longer have a castle.
I know. Like, but I think that's it. We had a lot of like the English and German ancestors came over and landed in Pennsylvania. So there's like a Brister cemetery. We have our own cemetery.
What part of Pennsylvania? Because that's where I'm from originally.
Are you serious? I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I forget
that's
exactly where. Beautiful state, Pennsylvania.
It is really, especially in the fall, like it's pretty dope. But I don't miss it in a lot of ways. But the weather is too much. I can't do it.
Have you always wanted to move to California? Or what was that always the thing?
Yeah, pretty much. I visited here when I was like 13. And in the summer, so it wasn't even that different, really. But I just love the mountains and the ocean, and I was just like, "That's the spot," So yeah, the extreme weather of the East Coast just drives me crazy. I just don't like it.
Cold. I lived in New York for 7 years, and I think the last I moved in, I want to say 2011. So some winter of 2010 was like one of the worst of winters. And I remember I had a Vespa. I drove a Vespa living in Park Slope, Brooklyn.
Oh my God.
And it was in a glacier outside my building. So I was like, all right, I'll take the subway. Because I worked in Soho. And so I'm walking towards the subway, and the 2 blocks it took, my fingers froze and I could hear the subway coming. And I tried to get my subway card out of my wallet, but my fingers were frozen. And so I missed it. I started crying, bought a one-way ticket as soon as I got to the office. I was like, I'm moving to Los Angeles. And I did a month later. I was like,
so
I'm
awesome.
not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's brutal there. It's brutal.
I had a similar I'm done story too. Like I remember when it would like rain and then freeze and then snow on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had one of those, and where I lived in the city in Philadelphia, parking was like a premium. Like if you dug out your parking spot, you put a chair there, and if anybody parked in it, you beat them. Like it was mayhem. Like parking was just crazy, right? So when you knew a snowstorm was coming, like you dig your spot and all that stuff and get it out. Well, we had one of these crazy rain, freeze, snow deals, and after digging the car out, I couldn't get in it because there was an inch of solid ice, like probably not an inch, but like a half inch of solid ice covering the car. So like I couldn't get to handles. I couldn't open anything. The only thing I could open was the trunk. So like I finally broke through the ice by lifting the trunk and then crawling through like the split of the car seat and the back seat to get in the car to turn it on to warm it up. And I was like, this is an hour and a half or 2 hour ordeal before I go to work in the morning, because of course you got to go to work in it. Right. So it's just like,
and you have to crawl through the hole. Isn't that like a hole for skis? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah. So
dude,
I was like, this is so dumb. Like, I don't have to live like this anymore. Like it like when you're a kid, snow's awesome. When you're an adult and you have to get places, it's just a giant pain in the neck.
100%.
I go to it and I ski. I love it. It's beautiful. I love when it falls the first night and the sound. And there's nothing better than winter Christmas. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
But the day-to-day of it. Yeah.
100%. I know.
So,
like,
yeah.
That's so brutal. God. I know, like the coldest day here, it's like, you know, not bad.
Yeah.
I'm almost bundled up. I mean, like a sweatshirt now because it's fun to pretend, you know?
A beanie.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. Gosh, do you guys travel for the holiday? Do you ever go back east for? No. Okay.
Not anymore. I mean, I moved out here in 2003. And, you know, the first couple years you're naive, and also flights were way cheaper when I moved out here. You could literally go back and forth for $250. You know, you can't even touch it now for like
less than 500. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it was a little more of a like, well, I'll just fly back and forth. So the early years we would go back more often, but dude, it would get so brutal. We'd put like 1,000 miles on a rental car because you're just like, my family lives in and around Philadelphia, but you know, it's like, I was like, why are we taking our whole vacation to drive around on the East Coast in the snow and the rain and the fog and all that crap?
Put chains on the tires. Remember that stuff? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. So that is not, I don't miss it. I miss the people for sure. And especially at holidays, like I have big Italian, Irish families and stuff. I think like my one cousin, I think they had this, like, they have this restored barn house that they built. Cool. And they put in a table, and I want to say it's like a 12 or a 16 person reclaimed wood table in their dining room. Like,
pretty. They
throw down, but like it's like big, and there's never enough room. There's still a kid's table and something like, so.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of
porch, you know, like
yeah. I miss that because, you know, I kind of removed my family from that family. And again, it's kind of like, you know, that's kind of sucks. Like when we saw him, when we flew back in July, I got to see mostly my whole family. Everybody was in at the beach in Delaware. Like my family's kind of migrated to Delaware beaches. So that was a real surprise. Like a cousin who I hadn't seen in years, who's stationed in Japan, and like all this like random family from all over, and that was really cool. But I mean, that's a holiday. That's a special occasion, right?
Yeah.
It's again that day-to-day living is like pretty important. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
yeah, how fast things can turn. Because you're right. I think that's the luxury about living out here is that you never have to prepare for the weather how you do there. You know, like, okay, I leave my house in one outfit. And I'm going to have to go to H&M and buy a jacket or a scarf or like a new hoodie. You know, like I was so into fast fashion then because you leave at 8 a.m. and then it's like a completely different day by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you have to go somewhere and it's like, oh God, it's just it's a whole to do. It's like,
there's a lot more stuff to worry. I think ultimately it comes down to laziness. I'm just like, I don't want to think about it. I never think about the weather. If it rains, you're like, oh yeah, it does that here sometimes. All right.
Nice. We need it. Like say that to everyone. Like I'm like, we needed it, didn't we, guys? We needed it. And then that's it. No one else talks about it. We're like, where I'm from, up in Seattle, it's like that is the talk of the town. Weather is like the first thing my family on the phone, we talk. I'm like, what's it look like there?
Yeah.
Because my parents got married and immediately moved down to Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
They love the sun. And so they're always like, how is it? Is it sunny? I'm like, it's so sunny, you guys. Like, well, you miss it, you know.
I finally experienced the Seattle rain a few years ago. I was there a lot for work, and the first 2 times it was like beautiful. I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" Like,
you go in the summer?
Yeah, I think it was.
Isn't it perfect?
Yeah,
it's so nice.
Yeah, and then I was there in December, and I was like, oh my God, like
gloomy AF.
And the rain, the power of the rain and the sustainability of the rain, like they build walkways between buildings because you can't do it. Like even Philly rain wasn't that bad. We'd have thunderstorms and it would be yucky out or whatever. But that was like, I was like, holy crap, man. Now I get it. Like, and if that's sustained for a week or two, you'd just be like, oh my God. Get me out of here.
I think I drove up last week with my best girlfriend and they were having some record flooding up on the north side where it's like, that has to be bad. Cause you're right. Seattle is built for rain where LA isn't. There's like no sewers really. So everything kind of pools up.
Yeah.
So it's bad if there is, flash floods. And I'm like, what world are we in right now?
Do you think, this would be a good question for you. So do you think that shit is actually more crazy now than ever? Or are we the age when we notice it?
I think it's the latter. I think we notice it and we have a way to communicate it with a wide audience. And I think before they really started recording
Nixon and civil.
We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm thinking of like politically, right? Like Nixon seemed to be a big mess. Like that was a big deal, right? That was happening. People and the civil rights movement was extremely violent and crazy. It's like maybe we're just at the age where we're noticing it, and this is our version of it. Plus pandemic. We get some extra points for pandemic, I think, because we didn't have one of those for 100 years. But I think all the other decades always have something. I mean, sometimes they had to invent something to really make us pay attention. Like when you think about it now, the whole Monica Lewinsky thing is terrible.
Oh, I know.
Given that she was a young girl and he was the president, he was definitely. That wasn't a good thing to do. But the fact that was politically embroiled and out there, and that was our biggest political problem.
It was a BJ, not like all the other stuff.
At least he wasn't, at least as far as we know, he wasn't trying to tear apart democracy. Like if anything, he was just reaping the spoils of the current democracy corruption, if you will. But I don't know.
Who else was too? Like Taft, Hoover? We don't know. How long have they had interns? Like there's so much that you're right could have been going down.
How long have they had interns?
Linda Tripp, Colonial Interns, just blowing people. But you're right. Wasn't it Linda Tripp, the one who blew the lid off of it all? It's like even having the technology to do it. Isn't that just so messed up? I watched that show too, Impeachment. Did you watch it? The American.
No.
It's not the American Horror Story, but those same guys. It's like Sarah Paulson. It's good. It's
Oh,
about, yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's very good. Sarah Paulson plays.
She's great.
She's so good. Yeah, she's so good.
Yeah.
But kind of going through that whole thing. But you're right. That was the worst thing going on. I don't know. Those are the glory days when you think about it. It's like,
dude,
right?
It's really hard to know what to pay attention to and believe, and that is so annoying to me. And that's the thing, like, that's the thing I miss most about doing shows is hanging out and being able to shoot the shit, even if we're all just blowing smoke and literally talking out of our asses. At least it makes you feel better to be like, yeah, I think this is bananas too, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Because it can be isolating and, you know, there is a weird disconnect, you know.
Are you socially awkward now? Like, do you feel like, yeah, like
you too? I am. I find myself like short circuiting sometimes where I'm like, this is normally when you would be okay responding, but it just takes me longer, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know what it is. I've been trying to figure out, like, I guess I've developed some kind of like social, I don't even know what it is. It's not anxiety. Like, it's just this weird thing that, okay, so here's the example. You're in a grocery store and you see everybody doing their thing. Everybody's wearing masks. There's always a person with it under their nose, which you're like, why bother?
Yeah.
The one that gets me is the confident, no mask couples that are just, I know something about them and I don't want to, based on the fact that they're doing that. Mm-hmm. And it's hard not to like be judgy. That's the part where I'm just like, I don't want to care about all these people's political stance anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Back to like not knowing was so nice. Like, because I do think there's a limit of like knowing too much, you know? And this is where this is something I like you're saying, kind of shooting this shit with comics, where you can talk about some unpopular opinions, which a lot of comedy can come from that too, where it's like, I have an unpopular opinion. I'm going to say it out loud because I'm sure some of you feel the same. Yeah. Where like our culture right now is so obsessed with everyone's sexuality and gender. Mm-hmm. And I get that it's because of visibility, but like, I don't care how anyone else gets off in the bedroom. Like, I think it's weird that we have a culture where celebrities have to put out press releases about, you know, their genitals. I'm like, I don't care. I think it's weird if someone cares about someone else's sex life. You know, I want to go back to a time where all that's just private.
Well, I guess so the pendulum has to swing this way so we do get back to not giving a shit. Because by putting it out there, it's almost like, hey, here's this thing we shouldn't give a shit about.
Yeah, let's make it not taboo. I think that's what it is. Right. It's like, make it normal.
And just non-existent anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. I want you to be happy. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. Like, we had to swing it this far to get the abuse and the secret bullshit that was going on. Like the God, I feel terrible for people that had to repress their life like that for ever. Right. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we're there yet. Like where it's, but I hope that it gets there. Right.
Yeah. And also having your like vocabulary for it, you know, where it's like, oh, this is what I'm feeling. There's a word for it. I'm not weird, you know, or I'm not heteronormative. Like, this is what I'm into. Yeah. You know, like I was recently did a deep dive about all these different, you know, terms, you know, like pansexual, sapiosexual, like hetero, flexible. I'm like, this is amazing. You know, it would be cool if in sex ed, they might probably now, I don't know.
They're getting there, but it's so controversial when they try to introduce anything.
Yeah.
You know, which is people trying to hold this information back. It's like, hey, why do we not, like, I'm just realizing this is like, haven't we finally realized that there is a spectrum to every single behavior?
Totally. And like anxiety, even sexuality. Yeah.
And everybody has a unique spot on that spectrum across all of these different things, and just like move on. Like, why are we arguing? Like,
totally.
it's weird, man. It's really weird. And yeah, I don't know exactly. I basically want to survive long enough through these things to watch what really went down and how they turn out, because I think it's really interesting. You know what I mean? Like, if you read about history and read about like the way things went down before, you're like, well, I want to see how this one pans out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it seems like an inflection point.
You're so right. Because before it was like, oh, well, they'll either burn them, like the Salem witch trials, or electrocute them, or put them in a mental institution, where it's like, no one's a nutbag. They're just not able to express what's really going on in this society.
Yeah.
But like, how that will be cool. I do hope that's in our lifetime. Just normalize it all. Just like normalize it so that any kid is like so accepted from the jump.
The thing is that I think it takes generations, because there's so much indoctrination in the first couple of years of a kid's life. So you and I are basically still in, unless you choose to change your thinking, your programming was bad. Your software was bad, right?
Oh yeah.
We got to upgrade that whole thing, because kids, like my kids, wouldn't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But my parents and their generation gave a lot of shits, and our grandparents' generation. So the programming was there. Like, honestly, I feel like sometimes this is the first generation, maybe the second generation of if you put it in 10-year brackets or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we're currently, and I was talking to Jacob Givens about this, like, we're
I love Jacob.
He's the best. We're like the second generation of fathers to kind of have a role, like, of like doing all the stuff involved with a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, being very present,
engaged and present with, like, maybe the second generation. Like, I'm giving my parents a pass because they were really cool. So I can't say they weren't involved, but like, they were young parents, so they were kind of on the cusp of it. Mm-hmm. But it feels like, and I think Bill Burr has a bit about this, about like how the parents of 2 generations ago were like on a farm beating the shit out of their kids when they didn't do something right. And it's like, it takes us a while to work that out generationally, right? Mm-hmm. So if there's still people that were raised that way that are like my age that are perpetuating it on kids currently, it's going to stick for a large percentage of them until they choose to, wake up to it or whatever. So it's almost like we need the woke thing to be really loud and annoying so we get the message, and then it can seep in back to like normal in a way, and forget about worrying about these things. But like, I thought naively too that we had done a lot more work from a racial standpoint than it seemed like we had.
Yeah.
So I'm wrong. I live on the West Coast. It's a little more progressive forward in a lot of ways, in some ways not. Learned a lot about that, about like through the whole Trump thing. And it's like, holy shit, man. Like, I didn't know this many people still had these thoughts. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's the part that's like, how long is that going to take to wash out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, especially a girlfriend of mine who's Black was describing how she's like, I can't go into like a beauty store without getting followed. I'm like, that sucks. Like, that sucks. Yeah. I couldn't imagine what that would feel like, and it's like, obviously something that she's so accustomed to, but she doesn't like it. It's annoying. And I'm like, that will be a benchmark too, where you can just exist and go shopping for your toiletries and not be followed. That would be amazing.
It's weird. It's one of those things because like, it's so utopian and not realistic, but like, it's possible. All these things that are being argued about are stupid, and yet we still do. Like, that's the really frustrating part, is like, boy, we'd be in a better spot. Like, for example, if Biology 101 was really understood by everyone. You know,
Yeah.
I think the more I think about it now, like we have to solve for a lot of these problems with you know, kids and and early education. Like it's obvious you can program kids to do things and believe things when they're young. They're impressionable, right? So take anything like religion or like organized religion or anything like that. If you get indoctrinated when you're young, it's pretty easy to get it in there.
Yeah.
We're putting the wrong stuff in there for the most part, it seems like, in too many ways. And that, like, it's like, there's no excuse for that because we have the information now. Like there's some things we know, there's some accepted fact or accepted agreed conventions we could maybe get on board. And then you're like, oh no, we can't. You still have people that believe the completely wrong, crazy things. Like, why are we revisiting abortion? Like, I don't understand this.
Biggest question. I'm like, can we just literally let this one go? It's also a health issue. It should not be politicized. It's very much about someone's private health, you know. A woman's health issue specifically, but it's also like
I think of it like this, right? So you have to strongly believe something to do paperwork.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these folks that are taking it to this level really must believe in what they're doing. There seems to be no other excuse. It's just that it's a bad logic. Right? So it's great that they believe that much. It's great that they're that diligent and they care that much, but like you got to go to the next level, which is like, but the mother is a person too. Yeah. Right. So if I don't know, we're not going to solve it, but it's like, why are we revisiting some of these things? It really makes me upset.
Yeah, I totally agree. It feels very antiquated and irrelevant. You know, I was like, there's a lot of other things, you know,
aren't there other things we could be doing? Yeah.
More than like what that stranger chooses to do in their own family planning. Like, it's none of my business, you know?
If you extend it out, right? It's like, if you really believe that no, it shouldn't occur, every baby should be born, like, right?
Yeah.
You also then have to believe in taking care of the people who have the babies.
100%.
And the babies themselves once they're out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then you have to put the support programs in place to make sure that that's okay. The mental health, the financial, the medical, but that doesn't get solved. And that's probably the easier one to solve. Right?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
If you had universal health care, for example, the medical part would kind of be taken care of, right? Mm-hmm. It's the logic flaws are just so annoying to me that I'm just like, oh my God, like I go in these spurts of not watching the news and then tuning in for a minute and just be like, oh, and that's when I saw this Omicron thing and I was like, are they just trying? What are they trying to do?
Yeah.
Are they out of things to talk about?
I think maybe, you know, that's what I feel like when I look at the news too. I'm like, also, I can tell I'm getting older because I don't know who any of these celebs are, right. You know, like in the tabloids, I'm like, I don't know what this person is. I'm Madison Klein. I don't know. Am I supposed to know who this is? I'm old. I guess I'm just old.
Well, it's so dispersed now too. I mean, being a celebrity now is an extremely diverse group of places you can be a celebrity. Like there are people there's thousands of people more probably who are TikTok famous who I have no idea who they are, but they're legitimately making money. People know who they are. They get recognized. Like, it's like, huh, interesting. You know, like it's kind of a cool opportunity for people who are good and creative, I guess. I don't know. Do you do TikTok at all?
No, I downloaded it, but I've never made one. Do you do it?
I haven't made any, but I do look at it. Again, it's Jacob Given's fault. He went viral on TikTok and he's doing really well on TikTok. Nice. With this really cool thing about like 90s music. And so I like the first things I watched was his TikTok. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And then I started studying it as like as a social experiment, like what's going on here, because it is bananas. It's pretty insidious. Like I can't encourage you to go on it actually. Like
the trends are so quick. You know, like I have a niece who like stays up on it. And so she'll send me stuff. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on, but it changes so rapidly.
But if you have the app and you take in the app, what I'm saying is it is like extremely powerful. It's like a drug. It's pretty brutal. It hijacks your brain pretty effectively.
Really?
Yeah. Talk about making time disappear. Like it's gnarly. It's gnarly. But it's also really cool. It's very useful for creators and stuff. It's like, there's never been a better opportunity. Like, you know, I from a business comedy standpoint, you would probably crush it on there with so many of your topics. Like,
cool.
The podcast you had, you could re-release it on TikTok and it would be insane in bits and pieces. You know what I mean? Like recut and just put it out there like that. Your lifetime experience and you know, you are like an authority on those types of movies, and those movies have huge fan bases. Like, you would probably be a fucking celebrity on there also. I'm just saying.
That's career advice. I'm totally going to do that.
But be careful. Like, literally set a timer on it, on yourself, because you will get lost. Because I'm trying to study it and I get lost. I'm like, fuck, like it got me, bastard. And I like, it's biology.
That is interesting. Back to your point too about like the biology. I feel very much like the caveman stuff is very interesting. Like I was always more into that anthropology and like studying those things. Like, oh yeah, why do we do the things we do? What makes us tick?
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's a lot of the key too to understanding even, I don't know, like our need for community, for example. That's why this pandemic was so hard.
Yeah.
People being isolated. Like we're not used to that.
Yeah.
You know, I've never gone that long without real social interaction, you know? Yeah. And everyone's like what I do like about it is everyone's very open about their mental illness now.
Yeah.
They weren't before. They're like, I am not okay. And like, I love that.
That's a good thing.
People are okay with, and like myself included, I wouldn't, you know, unless someone's like super close to me, I'm not like, oh, this is what's going on. And now I'm like, I don't sleep anymore. This is hard, but I love my life, but it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you pick up any pandemic habits? Anything new? Habits or hobbies, I guess I should say.
Well, I mean, I definitely have gone fully back into music. Like I'm playing drums all the time. Actually, Jacob Givens and I are starting a 90s cover band.
Yes. What are you going to call it?
So the tentative name is That Grunge Band, because you're going to be, hey, can we go see That Grunge Band? And also the letters TGB in like the STP logo kind of thing. It's more of like a marketing deal. And it's the band that I had for 5 years, me, the guitar player and the bass player, and then with Jacob. And he's fucking awesome. He's like a really good singer. He's a great showman, frontman, plays rhythm guitar. And he's like, since he has this 90s TikTok trend, like, why not? Like, it's so fun. It's so fun. So, yeah.
Well, I would come to the show.
Yeah.
I want like Wonderwall, right? Just like get it all out there. Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm comfortable with that because I was like, we can play outside. We can play shows outside. I will play outdoor venues because I can't see cramming people into a room yet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I haven't been to an indoor. I went to the Hollywood Bowl to see Van Morrison, but that was the same thing. You show your card, masks.
Yeah.
But it was also like, this is outside. It felt
outside,
pretty chill.
Yeah. Outside is fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't been inside yet.
I'm not ready. So, so definitely got more into music. I was running very consistently, but like I've had 2 injuries, one knee injury and like a foot injury that like keep me, take me out for like 6 weeks. I think that may have been what was going on with my foot.
A heel spur of some. I run also.
I think it was plantar. It was like, I don't know, like when I would strike on my heel, it would hurt in the middle till I hit the front. Yeah.
So painful.
Yeah. So that kind of blew, and that's just now starting to go away. So I think I'll be able to run again here shortly. But I think I want to do something less punishing, because I used to run always on a treadmill. And since the pandemic, I'm not going to the gym, and I just started running outside. But it's on the street is beating me up a little bit, and I think that's why I'm getting these injuries more than I did, because like for 10 years I ran on a treadmill basically every day without incident.
Yeah, a little bit of a push to it.
Yeah. So 2 years on the pavement, 18 months on the pavement, just like, geez. Plus I'm old, like it starts to break down.
You can totally feel it. The knees. You're right. They're the first ones to go.
Yeah. So,
I run in Griffith on a trail.
Okay.
So it's mostly dirt.
Yeah,
and sand.
That's not as bad, I think.
Yeah.
That's hilly though, no?
It is. Yeah.
Were you out there when Adele did her concert?
I was there that morning, and they already started shutting everything down, to block it off. And they're like, you got to go this way. And I was like, what? So I had to go down by the Greek. But yeah, that's why I run.
Supposedly you could hear it if you were up there.
Oh, cool.
Did you watch it?
I did. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
Yeah. She rules. I mean, and so funny, and so like just natural, like I loved how when she would finish a song, she would just start like giggling, like she didn't just blow the doors off of that place. Like,
having fun. You can tell she's like having a blast.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's great.
All these powerhouse divas are going through divorces. Wasn't Kelly Clarkson also? Adele.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing too, with the pandemic. I don't know that many couples that split during it. I know more that actually got together that way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a test, dude.
Yeah.
And I think people are just like, to your point, like starting to deal with recognizing like, hey, this is the deal, and I'm not going to put up with shit anymore, or, this is how it is, or I'm going to go get this fixed, or I'm going to go explore this. Like, I don't know. This should be an awakening, and I hope it is. It's taking longer than I wanted it to get through it, I guess. You know what I mean?
I do. I know, because it doesn't feel like it was going to ever last this long. And that's what.
If it wasn't this long, we might not care as much. Maybe it has to be this long so we actually do learn. If it would have been 3 weeks, we would have completely forgotten it by now.
100%.
Like, that thing.
The airplanes.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that they clean all this stuff, I think is a solution in itself. Just
Can't
as
hurt.
far as like passing stuff around.
It can't hurt. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I look forward to it being somewhat behind us, in that it's not possessing our every thought and conversation, because you just can't get away. You just can't get away. I've tried so hard to get away, and I just can't get away. But it impacts everybody, and that's like a global phenomenon. You can go anywhere in the world now and talk to any person in the world, and we all had this experience. Like that's pretty crazy. Even wars weren't like that, you might have known the war was happening, but if you didn't have it in your location or whatever, it wouldn't.
We're getting letters back from, a relative or, a loved one. Like that is just a wild time to think about. You hear those stories about, couples who, fell in love, and then you get shipped off to war, and then you're just writing letters back and forth. I'm like, that is wild.
Did you watch Rome on HBO by any chance?
No, but I heard it's amazing. Is it really cool?
It looks it's good. It's older though, so like it's pre Game of Thrones. So I feel like they got even better.
Oh yeah,
for Game of Thrones, but it's good. It was just interesting because the reckless abandon with which people would just disappear and like kill each other that they portray in there, like just bananas. Like these soldiers would just be gone. And then like, at least in the show, I mean, I can't imagine it was that different. Like people just walk up to people and just fucking stab them and just throw them off on the ground. And yeah, I guess he's dead. Like we don't know, have no way to tell.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Just like time to a horse and slap the horse and the horse runs off. They're gone. It's just like, whoa, dude.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Even, you're right. Like I think even back to this, like your point about the spectrum, like that people also exist on a spectrum of evil or good. Yeah. And I think that's something that I've realized with age. I don't, because I grew up very Presbyterian.
Okay.
You know, but I was, and so, you know, they tell you this thing like, oh, everyone has like a good heart. And I'm like, no, they don't. Not everyone. Some people actually have bad hearts, you know, and they're evil and abduct people, you know, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I think about because I've been watching a lot of documentaries more than ever. You know, I'm like, oh gosh, there's some like dark stuff. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the yin yang kind of deal too, is like, it's all balanced, but you don't want to think that there's a balance of the bad, but there is. I mean, so the pandemic's a perfect example. There are people who know for sure that the vaccine isn't bad because they got it. And then they say it's bad. And they rail against it. Like everybody on Fox News, to be on Fox News, is vaccinated. So what are you talking about? Why are you perpetuating this story? The people who are anti-vax, actually, for the most part, like before this vaccine, but like the regular, like polio kind of those type of people.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They knew they were wrong, but it also sold books for those individuals who were like, yeah, fuck it. I have no morals. I have no ethics. I'm just going to
sell my soul.
Say this is wrong. So,
I mean, Fox News in general, talk about a terrifying organization. Like
all the news. I think all the news is broken, irreparably broken.
Totally.
You know, it's sad, but like we really need, I think it's going to end up being citizen journalism, you know, that kind of rises to keep it out there, but that requires that the platforms exist and don't censor. So we have this really weird, we're riding this really weird tightrope, you know, and I hope we come out of it correctly. And I don't know if like I said, I don't know if we're hypersensitive to it too, because we're here, we're paying attention, I don't know. It's really weird. It's a weird time, man.
Like, because you're right. It went to, I mean, I think the internet too is part of what changed that with newspaper, like the concept of clickbait didn't exist. Yeah. And that's such a thing now that drives organizations where it's like, oh God, it's like, that's
got to go.
Yeah, that's got to go. There can't be this like click to pay. You know what I mean?
There's a good promise of reform there, I think. I don't know if you've heard Tristan Harris talk about this, but like he was one of the early guys, I think, at Facebook or Google, who's come out. He did that movie, The Social Dilemma.
Great movie.
Yeah. Okay. So he's working diligently to like raise awareness of like, we should be using the social networks for good, you know, and not knowingly programming them to make money through disruption, right? And through bad incentive. So I do have hope for that. It's just like, I think this weird battle of good and evil has always been going on. And you just, I don't know if there's anything you can do about it. It all seems so stupid, especially now that we have a global pandemic, right? Mm. The whole concept of countries is kind of stupid. Yeah. Like, how come you guys have a vaccine and we don't have a vaccine? How come we have a vaccine and you don't have a vaccine? Like, we're all on this planet. That's why Shatner was crying when he came back down from Blue Origin. He's just like, fuck. Like,
right?
um,
Shatner. That's so funny. You're right. I think, and that's a part of it that was even really disturbing early on. You know, I think like Canada didn't have the vaccine till way after us. And it's like, why? There's so much traffic that goes back and forth. It's like, I mean, because of money, you know.
Yeah, they're dumb rules that we don't need in certain instances. Like, hey, maybe this one shouldn't be country based. Maybe this one should just be human based. Like, you guys know how to make it? Cool. Okay, everybody, pull their money, give them the money, build it, send it, ship it. Like, what are we doing? You know, there's regulatory hurdles. It's I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird that, and when you think about how many musicians and like artists have put this message out into the world, thinking that my song it'll finally get through, right? Like Bob Marley was like, they're finally going to get it.
Yeah.
One Love, right? They're finally going to get it. And just like,
imagine. Yeah.
Dude, the Beatles documentary. Did you watch it? Did you watch?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Is it on Netflix?
It's on
what's
Apple TV, I want to say.
Okay, yeah.
Get Back. It was fascinating. Yeah, I don't know yet how I feel about it because it was really long, 6 hours, 6.5 hours, basically all told. Really interesting. It was an interesting look into the Beatles, you know, and as iconic as they are. And there's some really cool moments where like you see them write the song. Like you hear the song come alive, and it's like knowing what the song sounds like. It's a really cool concept because you have the Let It Be record, so you know what it sounds like, and you're watching them go through the process of writing and recording Let It Be. So you hear them strike a chord that you know is the right one, and you're like, oh, that's when they figured it out. And it's like, fuck, that's awesome. But it took like 4 hours to get there on the show, right?
And edit it even, right?
Yeah. So I think he had like 60 hours worth of footage or something to go through. So, you know, it's just interesting to see, you know, a snapshot of life at that time in the 60s and what was going on, and so much smoking, so many cigarettes, just like, fuck, man.
All the time.
It's in TV too. Like we went to see Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters over break. And to prep, I watched the old Ghostbusters to just be like, let me refresh on this. They're smoking in there. Like the Ghostbusters were smoking. Like Bill Murray with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, Dan Aykroyd. I was like,
I need to go back. I've not watched that since the 90s.
Yeah. Like it has no relevance to the story whatsoever that they smoke.
Yeah. But you're right, that was such a fixture. I mean, I remember even like the bowling alley when they outlawed smoking. It was like, this is weird. This is where people go to smoke.
Yeah.
The bowling alley to like rip cigs, you know? God, that's so interesting. And those days are gone, you know?
Yeah. And good riddance. Like I remember when I was in the band in the 90s, we would play and clubs were covered. Like it was so thick you couldn't even see.
Yeah.
Cigarette smoke. Like,
and you have to wash your clothes after because it's a certain reek.
Yeah. Unless you smoke, then you don't smell it.
Yeah.
So like I remember when they stopped it in the city, in Philly, they banned cigarettes in clubs right before, like in, I don't know, maybe in the late 90s. Cause I think I went back for a show and I was like, oh wow, it's weird that you can't smoke in here anymore.
I can see the signs.
Yeah. And we're just dumb monkeys, man. I think we're slow to learn as a society. It's really frustrating, but
yeah, I know. Even now, like when I go to the lady doctor was like, okay, do you smoke? And I was like, no. And she's like, good, thank you. And I was like, I mean, but what if I did? Because I have some friends I only have like 2 holdout friends who still smoke cigarettes. And then the ones who smoke only when they're hammered.
Yeah.
Which I respect it. Like live your life. Yeah. But yeah, it's such a thing. I don't know. I have a cigar, a partially smoked cigar, which those are like heavy, you know, I'm saving the rest of it for Christmas Eve. Light up. Nice. But I never was really into drugs. I don't know. I have to admit that on the pod, but like, I was like, Oh, sorry, my dog has a Santa toy that squeaks. I should have removed that before the pod.
Who cares?
But like I think during the pandemic, I tried more drugs than I ever had.
Huh, good
I
for
think
you.
because I'm not out doing stand-up. I was not, doing drugs and going performing. But I think I can say this out loud that I have done mushrooms now. Can I say that? Is that illegal?
I don't think I don't know what they are in here. They're legal in you were in Oregon or Washington where they're legal. So sure.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was in Washington trying mushrooms and it was nice. I had like 2 caps, I'm 37. I can admit that also. And I was like, it's cool.
You gotta dig a little deeper into my background. I'm on the board of directors for the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. So
I support that.
Yeah, Compass Pathways is doing psilocybin. MAPS is doing MDMA right now for PTSD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I strong believer in psychedelics as a ancient healing mechanism
modality
for humans.
I've heard that about LSD also. I've yet to try it, but I mean the Beatles, right? Did they love LSD?
Yeah, that's what they said. I mean, LSD lasts a long time.
Oh, it does. More than
it's a long trip. Like if mushrooms are 6 hours, LSD is like 12.
Oh,
which is it's a long time. It was never my favorite.
Yeah. Have you done ayahuasca?
No,
I haven't either.
That's a 24-hour, 48-hour commitment. I can't. Yeah. I got responsibilities.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And you have to like go get a guide and like, I don't know, shit yourself and barf. I'm like, nah. Really try some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for all of these compounds when used correctly. And we've kind of like, we're finally getting our arms around probably how they should be used and making sure that people are safe and making sure people are using the right doses and the right intentions and the right settings. People are taking advantage of the hype a little bit and just running off to Peru and shit. And it's like, we need to legalize this. We need to regulate this. We need to make sure it's safe and just be smart about it. It doesn't have to be this scary, crazy thing. It's like, no, this is ancient shit. Like basically the metabolization of ayahuasca is similar to other psychedelic compounds in chemical form. So, they did what they had to do in the rainforests of Mexico and Peru and all these places where they figured it out. But humans need mental resets and mental health,
Totally agree. That's cool about the PTSD also. I'm sure that's great for unlocking other layers that have been blocked, just from our own, like back to the biology, like the survivor instinct, how you just put up a wall biologically to survive.
Yep.
So that's very cool, man.
Yeah. It's interesting stuff. I think mental health and education for kids are the key, and it's just going to take a long time to switch the script, I think. But,
but you're right. Like a interesting byproduct of all this is that, like you said, everyone's talking about it. Everyone's, it's in the conversations where before it really wasn't, so
I have hope. Hope.
And also
conversations like this.
Oh, same. No, I love it. Cause like, even just thinking back to like, how many times have we gone into work with like a really bad cold or flu-like symptoms, but you have to go to work. And now it's nice. But it's just, nope. You stay home, work remotely, which everyone really can.
Yeah.
Like that's a great byproduct of all this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Freedom. People can live where they need to live. And it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But listen, I got to jump. I got to
thank you so much.
Take care of the kiddos.
Yeah.
Dude, I really miss chatting with you. And but the world will come back. I'll see you again soon. Let's not let a year go by.
100%.
Let's do it again soon. And I'm sure I'll see you on TikTok now.
Yes, I gotta start it up. I gotta go. Yeah. Well, thank you again, Matt.
Yeah, it's really good seeing you, Jenna. Be good and I don't know, stay safe and mentally stable.
Yes, ditto. And have a good holiday.
Yeah, Christmas, dude. Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
I said to myself, this fair ain't never gonna go too well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know too well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything come what might for the sake